And I think like most old women, you have to reflect at some point. I wrote a book called Gemini, sort of to bring people up to date, at least on what I think I am, which is not quite, I'm sure, the whole truth. It never is. No reason I should be any different. I got my fantasies. But if black men ever would decide to define a black man in black terms, I think they would have different expectations of us as women.
I mean, black people's lives, being self-determining, defining yourself, naming yourself, and having political power. We're a nation already without political power and military power. We're a cultural nation without political and military power. We're a nation, in captivity by another people who have a different, totally different culture than we have, who cannot even relate to the things that we relate to. That is the problem. And as black women, we have to be the inspiration for the nation, for our men. We have to start out into the community educating the children, educating ourselves. Because once we educate ourselves, the children will become educated, because we are the ones that teach the children. We are the ones that decorate the homes. We are the ones that are with both female and male children. We are the ones that the children look to as the image in terms of their daily education. So it is important that we don't get our values mixed up and feel that we have to educate the world. We haven't first educated ourselves. It's still always a self thing. I mean, the world will relate to us once we can relate to ourselves. I mean, I think we're afraid of definitions and afraid to set guidelines because we might have to live by them. If you stand up and say a black woman should do this and that, then you might have to do that. But if you say, well, we don't have to say anything, we can just do it. Do what? So like everybody can do their own thing. But every society needs a value system. Every society has a criteria in which they live by.
And we live by everybody else's plan.
Exactly.
Right. We should have it.
2 thumbs up.
There are many, many things that we can do if we look at ourselves seriously as a nation and not get preoccupied with the goings on of someone else and get preoccupied with what we're doing. There are resources in the black community. We should use those resources. We should move around, in such a way as though we were seriously thinking about having a nation.
I agree.
And seriously, and not just say it because it sounds good, or say it because it is hip, because nationalism is not faddism. And I think that a lot of people are identifying with different things because it is hip to identify with certain things. But it is hipper to understand that we are slaves and we got to be free.
Mm-hmm.
And it's even hipper to work it out, our freedom, national liberation, black people.
Well, what about the sisters who don't agree with you? Then who has to deal with them?
Well, it's not about agreeing with me.
It's about doing.
It's not agreeing about it.
No, they will just say, I don't agree. It is, we just have that, she could say, I don't agree with you.
Right.
My man won't let me do that. But I don't want to do that. And what will happen to these?
I'm not going to preoccupy myself in terms of what will happen to them, because I know that more people are preoccupied with freedom. No one wants to be a slave.
But are we talking about a black nation? I'm talking about black people who haven't quite gotten the mind thing together. So we have to preoccupy our minds.
I think that because all black people don't say they're nationalists, and because all black people don't, wear braids or naturals and traditional clothes, don't mean they're not nationalists now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they're nationalists, but they just don't use the word, because no one wants to be a slave. And there's no black person on this planet who will disagree with freedom. So, I don't know whether,
Okay.
we can consider that or not.